of the most essential techniques for cooking white fish is called pan or skillet roasting. It's the technique that most restaurants use to ensure you get beautifully browned exterior and a moist, tender interior. Sounds great, right? Well, it is, but you need to make sure that you're pairing it with the right kind of fish. I have that fish right here. I have 4 6 to 8 ounce pieces of cod. Now, this recipe works best with flaky fish. That means cod, haddock, hake, pollock. Those are all the kinds of fish that we're talking about here. The important thing to consider here is the thickness, and I really think that that's important whenever you're cooking fish. These pieces of cod are all about 1 inch thick. That means they'll cook evenly and to even doneness. That's what we want. So before I do anything with the fish, I'm going to pat them dry, just with some paper towels. Now I have a tablespoon of vegetable oil in my 12-inch nonstick skillet. I'm going to turn the heat up to medium-high, and I want to let this oil get nice and hot until it's just smoking. Now I'm using a nonstick skillet here because we're working with delicate fish, and it's always just kind of an extra safety net to make sure that you're using nonstick for easy release. Even when you have a good sear on the fish, you don't want to have to play tug of war with your sometimes expensive fish. So nonstick skillet's great. We are going to go into the oven in a little bit, so you want to make sure that it's an oven-safe skillet. And we've talked about this before, but it basically refers to the handle. So you want to make sure that the handle of your skillet is safe in the higher temperatures of the oven. Now, while we're waiting for that oil to get nice and hot, I'm going to season the fish. So I have ½ a teaspoon of salt and ¼ teaspoon of pepper. This is just table salt. I'll season both sides with this salt and pepper blend. It didn't pat the bottom yet, so I'll pat that and get that nice and dry. I want to make sure that the fish is seasoned nicely all over with the salt and pepper. Flip them back over. So this recipe differentiates, as many do, with the presentation side of the fish and the skinned side of the fish. If you're not sure what that is, this is the presentation side. So this is the interior of the fish. This is the skin side. You can often see there's kind of some shiny white bits left over from the underside of the skin. The presentation is the side that you want to get nice and brown and that you want to serve up to your guests. That's why they call it the presentation side. It's where you present. So we'll flip them back over to the presentation side, which I had already done here. And now I'm adding some sugar. I have ½ a teaspoon of sugar that I'm just going to sprinkle on the presentation side. And that's not going to make the fish sweet. It's going to come in contact with that nice high heat of the pan, and it's going to give our browning a jump start. All right, this oil is nice and hot. It's just starting to smoke. So now I'll put the fish presentation side down into the skillet. You want to get a nice brown sear on the side that will be facing your guests. Now I'll use my spatulas to lightly press on the fish for 20 to 30 seconds. I'm just trying to make sure that there's maximum contact between the flesh and the heat of the pan, so we get that really nice brown, almost crisp crust on the fish. This stage, this step is only going to take 1 to 2 minutes. We're just looking for browning, not doneness. It's been about a minute, so I'll just take a peek. Oh yes, that looks great. So using my 2 spatulas, I'll very gently flip these over and I'll turn off the heat. These look nice. All right, so this is a hybrid method. So we're only using the stovetop for the first part of this, just to get that nice sear. Now we're going to let the oven do the rest of the cooking in a gentle heat environment. So my oven is set to 425 degrees and the rack is in the middle position. I'm going to bake these, or roast them I suppose, in the oven for about 7 to 10 minutes. But what I'm really looking for is an internal temperature of 135 degrees. So let's head to the oven. These look so great. Now, a good tip, this was in the oven, leave your towel on the handle so you're not inclined to grab it again. But I'm going to temp the fish. Now you can use a paring knife Because this is a flaky fish, you can kind of prod the fish to see if it flakes apart. I still think that temping is just the best way to go. Nice. 135.3. I can take that. Now again, I'm using my 2 spatulas. This is flaky fish, and we've cooked this for a while. So use one to lift and one to be your helper. Oh boy. Now that is what I call a presentation side. That looks great. If you like to eat white fish, this is an essential technique to have in your back pocket. It's so easy, but the results are incredibly impressive.
Thanks for watching America's Test Kitchen. What'd you think?
Well, leave a comment and let us know which recipes you're excited to make, or you can just say hello.
You can find links to today's recipes and reviews in the video description.
And don't forget to subscribe to our channel.
See you later.
I'll see you later.